Okay, so you can see how all this new stuff came in, but I wasn't forward thinking enough to realize that this whole area underneath the deck, there's two levels to the deck. There's the upper level and this mid level that comes from the side yard access. It all has still raised concrete, and I poured all that new stamped concrete up to sort of a false wall, because this was all walled in, and that was like a under storage area, but it was leaky and not really very nice. So when I had the new pour come in, we poured all this, and we just poured a footer around that false wall. And then the problem with that is that there was a third beam of my home. So you see one, two, this third beam, that's a temporary beam. But the third beam was right there. It was walled in, so you couldn't see the third support beam or support post of the decking. So after looking at it, I thought, well, let's put a soffit in here and seal it in, and then bring all of this down to grade. So it's all the same instead of this monstrosity corner here. Well, in order to do that, I have to knock all of this out. So, and then re-pour all this, and I have, you can see over there, I have there's a hardener and a release. They're two different colors that work to create this sort of antique patio look that we have. So unfortunately, I'm doing work that was already done. I'm going to tear all this out today. I'll put a temporary support here. Probably have to replace these stairs. Put a temporary support on the stair, and then tear all this out today, and then knock all this concrete out. It's coming out pretty easy. It's pretty thin, but I got this footer here that gets thicker and thicker, and then all of a sudden it just stops right there. So you can see there where it stops. But this is the biggest problem right here. That was poured with this pour. It's monolithic pour. So, and you can see where I've done all my cuts. So I cut all this here so it wouldn't crack into the new pour all the way around here, which took a long time to cut all the way out to here. I went all the way out to there because this wasn't done very well, and this is a low spot, so it collects runoff, and runoff goes this way instead of going out. So I'm cutting all this back, and I'll re-pour this and have that just a little bit of slope. Hopefully that we won't get anyway, there it is. And then out here, I've framed in some 4x6. Now the reason that doesn't look straight is because actually what's not straight is the pour. That's a lot of concrete, man. Too much. But I've started this. I posted in here, and I've created my new framework for my decking. Started it, but I've gotten sidetracked because I had some people coming out on Friday to do this work, or at least some of it, and they didn't even show, and there's they're done. I have to do it. And that's what's going on. Welcome to the craziness of this backyard. Out of control.